Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, call Laim Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem recall, Kadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders which are a great millstone. Peace and blessing to the sincere Akim pushing his truth and sincerity, and those putting the videos up throughout the week to feed the sheep. This one Qua from the Trump in the VA camp, and I'm gonna get right into it. This is Luke 14:23. And the Lord said unto his servants, go out into the highways and hedges, and compel them to come in, that my house may be filled. And this is the duty of man. Okay, this is the duty of men, that we go into the highways and hedges and compel our people to get right. Let's go into the word compel. It says to drive, to force, or threat, or it says by other means. So we're here to force or to make threats, okay, in order to get people to come back. Because we know Jake is hard-headed, and you gotta sometimes make threats to Jake, because they like to say or else you're gonna get your head cracked open. Okay, they tell you that right here. Second Chronicles 15:13, that whosoever would not seek the Lord God of Israel should be put to death, whether small or great, whether man or woman. So anybody who's not going to get down with this is going to get put to death. And as a man of the Lord, that's our job, to go out here and tell these people they got to get down or lay down. Okay, point blank, period. Let's go over here. Ephesians chapter 6 and 11. It says, put on the whole armor of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. Because as we doing this, we know Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua deals with a balance. Okay, if there's a darkness, it's a light. If it's a left, it's a right. It's a up, it's a down. It's good, it's evil. It's left, life, and death. So Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua is not just gonna have his workers out here on the right hand side, which is the men of the Lord. He's also gonna have the workers out here on the left hand side, the left hand side, the wicked. Okay, whether that be Israelites or the heathen, because you have Israelites who work for the wicked. That's why Yahushua told the Jakes, ye are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father you will do. And the 2/3 does the lust of the devil, which is Esau, and of Satan. Okay, that's who they work for. But as men of the Lord, the 144 and the prisoners of hope, we work for Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua to the best of our abilities. Okay, I'm gonna go over here. This is Psalms 34:17. The righteous cry, and Yahweh heareth, and delivereth them out of all their troubles. It says, Yahweh is nigh unto them that are broken heart, and saveth such as be of a contrite spirit. So Yahweh heareth the righteous cries. Okay, and how are we crying out? We crying out in the highways and hedges. We crying out to sit downs. Okay, because we're adverse to this place, or at least we should be adverse, which means against. Okay, let's go into the word contrite. Broken, to be sad, to mourn. That's why Yahushua said the ones that mourning now is going to be happy, and they're going to rejoice later. Because later it's going to be the righteous kingdom, and that's what the men of the Lord look forward to. But right now, this place, we hate it. We can't stand it. We want to see it destroyed. We want to see it fall. Okay, because it's adverse to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. And if you a real one to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, you're not going to, anybody, like King David said, I count them my enemies. Okay, anybody who's against Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, we take that, we're supposed to take that personal. Okay, You're not only coming up against us, you're coming up against Yahweh Bashim Yashai. You're coming up against order. Okay, you're coming up against the Most High. You're coming up against Israel. Or should I say Yasharallah? Let's go back over here. This is Ephesians chapter 6 and verse 12. It says, "For we wrestle not against the flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness, against this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places." And that's always been the job of the men of the Lord. That's why scriptures say that the prophets of old came up against, spoke against many great countries and kingdoms of war, pestilence, destruction, and death, carnage, all of that. And we're doing that again today in a reincarnation, because you fall back into your same lot. Okay, Yahweh Bashim Yashah is calling up his men, his faithful men, to come back and do this work all over again. Okay, and like it says, we wrestle against the spirit. We wrestle against the ways Esau set up here. We wrestle against the laws, everything here that is an illusion. All this in Matrix, we're against it. Okay, when you read, I'm just gonna grab it real quick. Jeremiah 16:16. It says, "Behold, I will send for many fishers, says Yahweh, and they shall fish them." And who's them? Them is the elect, the 144, the contrite spirits. Okay, that's who we call forth, and everybody in this truth was called at one point in time. Okay, this truth is like a race. You got one person running, they get to the line, they pass the baton to the other person, he runs, and he passes the baton, so on and so forth. Okay, and eventually all the elect are going to be woke and sealed, and then the destruction is going to come upon this place. But it says, "And after will I send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them." So this is the day that we're waiting for, the day of hunting. But right now, it's a day to be fishers, to be patient, to be humble, to be humiliated. Okay, to show mercy. The time for war is coming, but we're not in that yet. It's coming, but we're not there yet. Right now, we're just fishermen. We're just spectators. Okay, we're not getting our hands in nothing yet. Yahweh Shem Yashai is going to greenlight whoever he's going to greenlight and lift up to do what they got to do. It says, "Wherefore, take unto you the whole armor, Yahweh Shem Yashai, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all to stand." And how do you put on the armor? How do you perfect the armor? Through various tests and tribulations. Okay. If you got like, look at it like this. Like, you got people, I know you Jake's gonna know what I'm talking about because we went through the curses. So you got Jakes, like me personally, I grew up in the hood. So I'm more I know I'm not surprised when I see guns. I'm not surprised when I see junkies, gangbangers, drug dealers, prostitutes, junkies. When I see things like this, I'm not surprised. It doesn't catch me. I'm not phased to it. Opposed to a person that grew up in a so-called good neighborhood, he's not used to seeing these type of things. And what's the difference between the two? Experience. Okay, experience is what helps you build this armor up. Experiencing the truth, experience through tribulations, because Yahweh Bashim Yashai is going to put us all through various tribulations, and if we endure, it's going to be tools that we can use in a time of Jacob's trouble. He might show you how to deal with women, so you won't make women mistakes in the time of Jacob's trouble. He might show you how to deal with your anger, so you won't have to so you won't resort to your feelings in the day of Jacob's trouble, so on and so forth. It says, "And your feet." So like it says, "Stand therefore, having your loins girt about with truth, and having on a breastplate of righteousness, and your feet shod with preparation of the gospel of peace, and above all taking the shield of faith, wherewith ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked, and take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of Yahweh Bashim Yashai." And that's one thing, brothers, Gotta always remember, you gotta have that shield of faith so you don't let anything penetrate you. Don't let nothing get in, because Satan tries you. I have people always telling me, you think you're going to be a king? You out of your mind. I have people tell me, you actually really believe all these stories written in the Bible? You're crazy. Satan is going to try you through various people. But when you got that shield, nothing comes in. You deflect all that. That's why I tell people, like, listen, you don't got to tell me nothing. There's nothing you're going to tell me that's going to shake my faith. And then when you got the sword of the spirit, that's going to help you. That's going. That's what you got to remember. You got to lean upon, because Jeremiah 7 in the 17th chapter goes into how the heart is wicked. We can't trust the hearts. Okay, we lean on our heart, which is wicked. We'll think something like a homosexual dying is bad, or you might even think Kobe dying is like a bad and sad thing. Not even understanding that Yahweh Shemi Al-Shah, he controls death, and Kobe, he wasn't of Yahweh Shemi Al-Shah. He was a wicked man. He was satanic. He was adverse to Yahweh Shemi Al-Shah. So he's just a nobody. He's an enemy to the throne. But when you don't have that sword to lean on, that the scripts, the knowledge, the spirit, you can just who do you lean on? The knowledge of this world, which is foolishness with Yahweh Shemi Al-Shah. All right, let me get one more. This is Romans 13:4. It says, "For he is the minister of Yahweh to thee for good. But if thou do that which is evil, be afraid. For he beareth not the sword in vain, for he is the minister of Yahweh Shemi Al-Shai, a revenger, to execute wrath upon him that doeth evil." So when you look at it, we're sent out as servants of peace. Okay, right now, like the scripture just said, we're fishermen right now. But you gotta understand, like, people don't understand, they're gonna have to pay for every idle word. Everything that they did that was wicked, that they're gonna have to pay an account in the day of Jacob's trouble, which is gonna be the day of the Lord, which is gonna be a time period, not literally one day. Okay, everybody's gonna have to pay account, whether it be good or evil. They got to pay account in that day. And if you did wickedly, like it says right here, how about Shemi Al-Shah? He don't bear that sword in vain. Okay, make no mistake, you will be destroyed. They tell you that in Amos the 9th chapter. All the sinners of my people shall fall by the sword. Because they don't think that they're gonna be overcome. They think that they're gods. They think they can't be stopped. They think God isn't real, because he let all this wickedness go on, so it's going to continue to be this way. But we know that's not the case. But with that, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakal, Kadash, Adawan, Ratazah, Thumb, Yakal. Shalom.